Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you guys? I hope you will be well during the COVID-19 pandemic and are in good health. And before I go to the core of this video, I want to introduce myself. My name is Putik FITRIA INDRIYA KINASIH. I'm from Management Major of Sunan Gunung Jati State Islamic University. My student ID number is 11992400135. And in this video, I want to tell you how my life was before and after the COVID-19 pandemic. And as we know, many countries has been hit by the COVID-19 pandemic, and one of them is our own country, is Indonesia. In Indonesia itself, COVID-19 has attacked the country for 8 months, to be precise from mid-March to now October, and I hope you are still in good health and keep healthy. Don't forget to use mask if you are outside the house, and don't forget to bring a hand sanitizer too. Previously, we already knew that Indonesia carried out quarantine in several big cities, which made community activity change, especially in the middle class. Because of this pandemic, many people have lost their one and only job to earn their income. COVID-19 has also prevented me from building a small business that requires looking for this product in certain stores. And now, just go to the core of this video, which is my life before and after the COVID-19 pandemic. And I will share you a few points to make it easier for me to tell. The first point I will tell you is my habits before and after the COVID-19 pandemic. Before COVID-19 appeared in Indonesia in mid-March, I had a habit like going out of the house to buy or look for something. Sometimes when I go out of the house, I'm used to visiting a place alone. The place I usually go to are cinema, coffee shop, malls, bookstores, or some restaurants. After this pandemic, I spend more time at home, and I more often did my other habits, namely playing games, lying in bed, watching movie or videos, and others. If I have to buy things, I can only go out of the house 3 times a month at most. Before the pandemic happened, I had a plan to go with my friends, but because this pandemic happened, the plan is failed. The second point is my lifestyle before and after the COVID-19 pandemic. My lifestyle before the pandemic was relatively healthy, because before the pandemic I like sports such as jogging, cycling, or swimming. I also like to drink a lot of mineral water to keep my body fresh. After the pandemic, my lifestyle was a bit messy because I could not leave the house, so I could not exercise as usual. And I mostly don't sleep at night because I find it harder to fall asleep. The third point is the food or drink I ate before and after the pandemic. Before this pandemic occurred, I often ate food and drinks that were sold on the side of the road, and was more diligent to eat 3 times a day. After the pandemic occurred, I rarely bought for food and drinks on the side of the road. I rarely ate rice because I had no appetite, but I often snack instead of eating rice. The fourth point is how I go out before and after the pandemic. Before that, if I want to go outside, I feel more relaxed and didn't need to wear a mask to bring a hand sanitizer or something. But when a pandemic occurs, if I have to leave the house, I have to be more vigilant, such as wearing a mask, so as not to breathe in air that has been contaminated with COVID-19, and using a hand sanitizer after I touch something outside. The fifth point is the state of my economy before and after the pandemic. Before the pandemic, my mother always give me money every day, and part of the money I received to would definitely save for my needs later. After the pandemic, my mother rarely give me money, but my mother still give me money if I needed something important to me. The last point, I mean, sixth point, is how I study before and after the pandemic. Before the pandemic, the way I learned was like going to class on my campus and listening to the teacher teach the class live. And if I needed material from a book, I would go to the library and borrow it. After the pandemic, because the government held learning activities at home, so I study online using the Zoom application to listening when the teacher explained the material. So, those were some of my daily activity that changed after this pandemic. Surely everyone is also expressing a change in their habits at this time. So, I hope you guys stay healthy and stay patient with this daily life. I hope that by the end of this year, COVID-19 will disappear from the earth and soon be able to carry out daily activities as usual. And the end of this video, I want to say stay healthy and don't forget to wear a mask. So, thank you guys for watching my video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.